welcome to the Shala online, the Happy Heart Yoga Shala online. Today I'm going to give you a really grounding, gentle practice just to kind of calm down into ourselves and to give any anxiety, any worry, or just sort of a scatteredness a place to kind of rest. So as we move through our practice today, letting your mind rest on the sound of Om. The mind might want to take you here or there, but just continually allowing yourself to come back to the sound of Om, and to let your focus just be on the breath. So the mind moving, it's just like when we're at a party or a gathering and there's all these conversations or music or laughter going on around us, but we're in the conversation that we're in. So it's the same thing with the mind and with focus. The mind is going to go here, it's going to go there, but you are in the conversation you are in with the word Om, the sound Om, and with your breath. Let's let our eyes close. And let your fingertips come to touch. The palms are separate. So it's like you have a little pyramid kind of a thing. And just let it drop down into your lap. And again, just letting the eyes close. And letting yourself feel the support of the floor, of the mat, of the earth beneath you. You're beginning to let yourself sit up a little straighter now, letting your chin lift. And beginning to let the breath deepen. If you can, breathing through the nose. Otherwise, maybe inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Just letting yourself be, and letting yourself be in a place where you can start to rest more and more on your breathing. Your lungs know what to do. You do not have to breathe for them. Together for a few moments, we're going to take some nice, slow, deep breaths. Inhaling. Holding your breath, and then a full, smooth exhale. Just do this a few times. And the hands can come to rest on the knees now, if that's more comfortable for you. Palms on the knees also help us to ground. And just beginning to let the right ear drip towards the right shoulder, and really working to keep that left shoulder far away from the ear. And you can gently hold the side of your head if you'd like. Staying with that same full breath. yoga, we understand this idea of stillness, of action and non-action. Sometimes the most happens when we just stay still, like a seedling. If you want to intensify the stretch, those left fingertips can come down to the ground. You can play with how far close they are to you. The right fingertips can rest on the ground. Okay, and just gently let the head come back to center. And now the left ear comes towards the left shoulder. And just seeing how this side feels, what sort of variation you'd like. And just let myself sit and breathe. If you're feeling anxious today, this is probably kind of not feeling relaxing yet. Let your head gently come back to center. Skin to skin, bring your palms to your heart. Can you allow yourself to witness the anxiousness, the urge to get up without attaching to it? This is a practice too. Practice focusing on the breath and discerning the emotion from the self. Letting the palms come to the knees again, beginning almost like a seated cat-cow. So really leaning back, rounding the shoulders, tucking the chin into the chest, and then pulling yourself through. We're going to move nice and slow today. It's always about coming into that balance. So especially if you're a very active person, if you're always bouncing from idea to idea, or if you are working, suffering with anxiety shadow, starting to show the nervous system, the mind, and the heart that not only are you safe to move slowly, but that ultimately it will be productive for you. Once more, lifting the chest, bringing the collarbone through the shoulders, and coming to a neutral spine. And now begin just doing kind of circles at the hips. And you can continue to hold onto your knees for support. Really feeling that connection to the floor supporting you and holding you. And again, let's take our time here just noticing how you feel, how your back feels. Coming back to center, letting yourself take a nice big sigh. Now, switching directions and gently circling. I guess from the waist, from the hips kind of an area. Don't think too much. Letting the eyes stay closed if you can. Watching the space behind the eyebrows. Coming back to center. Watching the thoughts like a movie. Palms can just kind of rest on the ankles. Shoulders up towards the ears. Relaxing down the back. The fingertips can also kind of move with the shoulders. Up towards the ears. Relaxing down the back. So really pressing them back and then letting the shoulder blades slide down. A few more times, the back can round here. You don't have to sit up super straight. And then just letting yourself switch directions. Just seeing what feels better to you. We can do one shoulder at a time. I just let myself feel good. I let myself be held by the poses, by the mat, by the practice. Bring your fingertips back behind you, palms are off the floor, and just let the heart come up towards the ceiling. Let the head drop back. Mouth is closed. If that feels too much, let the mouth open. We are here to be here for ourselves. Let the arms come up above the head, and then just gently fold forward. Palms to the ground. You can round in on yourself. You can round the chin to your chest. The forearms can come down. Palms wherever feels right, wherever you can access the pose and access the breath the best. We are here to be kind to ourselves, to be nourished, and to know that we are supported. We are not alone. The ground is always there for us. Slowly let yourself roll up. And let's make our way into a child's pose now. I prefer my child's pose with wide knees. Some people like their knees together, so just kind of see where you're at today. The seat comes back towards the heels, the palms come forward, and then pressing the forehead into the mat, into the blanket. And once you come down, just pick your head up like a millimeter. Really lengthen out the neck, drop the shoulders, and then let the forehead drop back down. Sometimes we can crunch in on ourselves in child's pose. And now you just breathe and let the floor be there for you. Letting the mind rest on Om. You can imagine the letters, the O and the M. You can imagine the symbol. Practicing third eye. Otherwise, just breathing. If I was there and my hand was on your back, your breath would let my hand rise and fall. Really full, deep breaths. Remember, it's a practice. Like I always say, you don't sit down at a piano and play rock on and off. You have to start from where you are. Allowing yourself to practice, allowing yourself to discover. Hold the breath in the back for as long as feels comfortable, no forcing. And then sighing deeper into the ground. Let myself ground. Slowly and gently walking your hands back up. We're mostly going to stay connected to the floor today. We might not even get up at all. Let yourself come to lay down on your back now. You might need a strap for this, a belt, a shirt, anything to help you if you need it, if you want it. So let yourself come all the way to lay down and take a nice sigh there and maybe stretch like you just woke up. I don't know if you can still see me, but I'm on the floor too. Stretch and let it go. Relax. Take a big sigh. Let the arms come down along your sides like a traditional Shavasana. And take 3 deep breaths here. And now just gently bringing the knees into the chest. Holding, you can hold the inside of the thigh. You can hold outside. If you like, you can crunch in. And then just very gently rocking from side to side. And coming back to center. Hold the outer edges of the feet. You can hold the ankles. You can use your strap. And coming into a happy baby pose. Letting the knees really bend down towards the armpits. The feet are pretty wide. Just breathing here, just being with the pose. The pose will support you. The pose will whisper to you. Feel your back really flat and relax against the ground. And if you're really scrunching up your shoulders, just move your hands down a little bit. You can even hold inside the creases of your knees if that helps your shoulders to relax. You can hold your big toes. Gently guide the legs back together. The knees come into the chest. And let's stretch again out long like we just woke up. And then once again bending the knees. And let's just take a moment here. This might be hard for me. My blanket's kind of slippery. I hate smelling like yoga mat. Let's take a gentle bridge. Press hard into the foot, sole of the feet. Lift the hips. You can hold the outer edges of your mat. You can intertwine your fingers underneath you. Keep wiggling your shoulders down. Feeling your feet rooted into the ground. I couldn't move you if I tried. And gently rolling down from the top of the spine. Hugging the right knee into the chest now. Let's do a supine. So both knees come down to the ground, twisting towards the left. The right arm comes open. You can also let that left leg just be long, if that feels more accessible for you. You can put a blanket under the shoulder if you need to. I'm so tight. Sometimes yoga teachers forget to take care of themselves. Just breathing in through the twist where there's tightness. Let the breath support you. Okay, coming back to center. The left knee bends again towards the ceiling, hugging the right foot in, and now letting the right leg come up towards the ceiling. And then you can start to pull the leg towards you. You can use your strap here too. Holding wherever you can if you don't have a strap. And then if you'd like to intensify it, that left leg lengthens. There's no right or wrong way to be here. It's just serving yourself. Breathing into the support of the earth. I let myself relax. I let myself receive support. the way towards the ground. Imagine someone gently pulling your ankle. Lengthen as the leg comes down. Other leg comes down to meet it. Relax into a mini Shavasana. Take 3 deep breaths here. Okay. The right knee will bend towards the ceiling, hugging the left knee in towards the chest. And let's do that supine from here. Both knees find their way to the right side. Left arm comes wide. The head can be anywhere. It's the most intense turn towards the left. Hugging the left knee, and then the left leg comes up towards the ceiling. The foot faces the ceiling. Ooh, I'm all crooked. Your foot could be relaxed. It can be pointed if you want it. Flex is going to intensify the stretch. And the right leg can come long or stay bent. Try not to grip too tight in the fingers. Okay, that leg lengthens out long, that lifted leg, like someone's gently pulling the ankle. And the other leg comes to meet it. Relax. Let the knees gently bend once more. And just very gently letting both knees sway from side to side. And once more, coming into a happy baby. You can rock from side to side. You can even see if you can go all the way to one side, come back up. Laughter is spirituality. Playfulness is spirituality. Childlikeness is spirituality. What if you just let yourself be? Just let yourself exist and smile. I know sometimes that's much, much easier said than done. All right, let's make our way to sit back up. Coming to face forward now. Oh, okay, let's stand up for a second. Oh. I think I have to put my blanket on top of my mat. Stomp your feet a little bit. And then come to stand totally still in mountain pose. And again, imagining those feet like there's roots growing directly out of them. standing sturdy and still in mountain pose. Couldn't move you if I tried. And see if you can sway without letting the feet come up off the ground at all. Like you are rooted and the rest of you is a branch. And then again, coming to stillness. Let's shake out the body a little bit, just releasing any tension. Just blowing away any energies right on top that you don't really need, that you're not that into. And let's just, I'm going to move my blanket. Let's come to just stand still. Bring your right hand to your low back, left hand to the outside of the right hip. And you can even like press your thumb tip hard, kind of into the center of the sacrum. And then you just gently twist. Release, come back to center, shake out your hands. And then same thing, now the left hand finds low back, either flat palm or that thumb pressing hard. Right hand to the left hip and gentle twist. Feeling those feet still rooted, grounded, supported. And remember, you're not on your own. The earth, the floor, there is support, the pose, the breath. Come back to center, shake out. Okay, you're going to let your heels come to face towards each other. Then you're going to separate your feet out and just bend into the knees. Try not to let your seat arch. Keep your seat flat. Belly is engaged. Standing goddess pose. You can bring your hands to your heart. They can rest on the thighs. Try not to put too much tension in though. You're working from the bottom, from the waist down. Up here is really loose, really easy. Don't have your heart do the work of your roots. Don't let your heart do the work of the stomach of the sun. See if you can roll your shoulders a little bit. Okay, stand up. Take a breath. Just notice how you feel. And again, sitting down, bending the knees into the goddess pose. Eyes closed if you can. Go to sleep. Go deep inside of yourself as your roots sink deeper into the earth so that you can grow vibrant and lush and full. Okay, stand up. Take a sigh. Maybe roll the neck a little bit. So notice too if certain poses bring up more anxiety or bring up discomfort. How you can practice coming back to center, coming back to relaxation. Someone annoys you in a meeting. How quickly can you come back to center, come back to relaxation? You don't want to carry these things with you all day, for weeks, for months. Don't give your power away like that. One more time, sit down. It's just a moment in time. Feel the support of the earth. Feet strong and rooted. Okay, stand up. Maybe let the arms come up. Ooh, good. Okay. Give yourself a little massage if you'd like. And now just gently letting yourself fold forward so the knees can be bent, hips width, maybe a little farther than hips width. No hips width. And just let yourself hang heavy. Bend in the knees. You can hold opposite elbows. You can let the fingertips kind of drip along the ground. Really letting the head be heavy. Letting gravity take over. And just relaxing into this pose now. Breath full. See if you can move the breath through your whole back. Okay, gently come down to the knees. Let's just sit for a moment on the heels, letting your palms rest on your lap. Breathing deeply. Let's bring legs out, coming to sit on the seat. And bring your legs out long to start. Palms, if you can, here next to the hips, or they can rest on the thighs. And just beginning to point the feet. We're going to take a full breath for each point, each flex. If you point as you deepen this stretch, there is no part of you too small to acknowledge. As this stretch deepens, it will start to move up the calf when you're pointing. When you're flexing, you'll start to feel it through the back of the leg. Full deep breaths here. Point. Ground right here. Sometimes you flex so hard the heel comes up like a tiny, tiny bit off the ground. And point. And flex. My dog's over there making noise. Okay, now relax. What do I want to do next? Let's try what I'm pretty sure is called log pose. So basically, first let's find our left leg, and you bring it out kind of parallel, so the knee isn't like super angled. It's out a bit, and you want to try to keep the foot flexed. Then you find the opposite leg, so this is my right leg. You line your ankle up with that knee, and then the other knee lines up with the bottom ankle. So sometimes the leg is like up here. You can put a blanket there. You can very gently apply a little bit of pressure. If this is just like too much, it's not working for you today, then you'll do the soles of the feet together, knees in a diamond shape, and then just letting yourself gently come forward. So you can choose either of those poses. I'm going to do the logs today. And then again, you just close your eyes. You let the pose do her work. And you breathe. I let myself learn how to stay still. I give myself that gift. Notice if your jaw is tense, if you're clenching your teeth. If you're in the diamond shape, keep breathing through the back, breathing through the hips, and surrendering more and more into the ground. If you're in the diamond shape, you just let yourself stay there. If you're doing the logs, you let yourself switch legs now. The feet are flexed hard, and it's like the legs are forming a square, so your legs look like this. Eventually your mat, your yoga, your heart becomes a sanctuary where you can always rest, where you can always ground, where you can always recenter and begin again. Life is just new beginnings, reinventions, transformations. Imagining a really beautiful tree in the lower back, the branches reaching up around the legs, the roots, like an oak, like a redwood, reaching down through the legs. You are supported to grow towards the sun, towards the stars. Okay, let's release our pose now. And we're just going to finish up, I think, with a pigeon. So I'll show you both variations. The less intense variation is you lay on the back. You'll cross the right ankle over the left knee. You pick up that left foot, flex it hard, and then you loop your hands through that circle. The right arm will come through the circle. The left hand will meet it. They'll hold each other under the thigh. And you gently pull the legs towards you. Watch out for those shoulders. Don't let them do this. Relax loose shoulders. The more intense version, just bring your right knee in towards your right wrist. Here the leg is angled. The knee is angled. Let your back leg come long. The more parallel that front leg is, the more intense the stretch is going to be. So kind of just decide where you're at today and then lay down. Go back to the earth, back to the ground, relax. Try to get your chest over the leg. And if you need a block or something to rest the head on, or you can stack the hands, rest the head there. Same thing here as in child's pose. The back moving, breathing so deeply. I see it rising. You feel it rising. Holding the breath. Exhaling when you need to. No pain, no forcing. Try to keep your back loose. The heart is not working here. Whichever variation you're in, take your time and come to switch legs. If you're in the more intense half pigeon, you want to try to keep your back flat. Like I could put a cup of coffee on the low back. Don't let your hip come up. Angle the knee more if it's too hard to access. And here too, like in the child's pose, keep the neck long. Don't crunch in on yourself. I could stay here all day, so let's come up. If you're in the variation on your back, just release the legs. And let's all meet now on the back. And once more, we'll take a supine twist. Both arms can be out wide now, letting the knees drip all the way towards one side. Coming back to center, the knees drip to the other side. Okay, coming back to center and relaxing now into your final Shavasana. As far as your arms go, you want them far enough away from you that you feel the shoulders relax. So they're not super, super close. They're not out here either. They're just about right there. And now just letting yourself relax into your Shavasana.